Good work today, guys. Who has a goal? Who wants to be state champ? Raise your hand. Everyone can't go up. Who wants to wrestle in college? If you don't, good. But I'll leave you with 3 things here. You have to be able to show up and work hard. That's number 1. You have to listen to your coaches, listen to your parents. Number 2, have fun. Those are my 3 things here.
Yeah, going off what Poz said, Zach mentioned it before, but I started as I think sixth grade.
Yep.
Underground strength gym, so I was really young. And learned some valuable life lessons from this guy right here. You know, you guys are all fortunate enough for him to be at your disposal, you know, for free from the school. So definitely take advantage of that. I mean, this guy knows more stuff than, you know, than what you would be doing if you go to the gym on your own, if you go to your everyday restaurant fitness. I know me personally, in high school especially, like I stopped going there so much junior year or so, just because I was wrestling a lot. So I was going to my everyday LA fitness. I will say, you'll get way more out of this workout than you will there on your own. So you got a professional here. So, you know, like Poz says, showing up, definitely taking advantage of these lifts. To have access to something like this in high school is definitely a blessing. So you guys should probably, you know, fall back on that and really take advantage of it. I'll tell you what, you hit that type of lift, even just 3 days a week during the summer, you're gonna be exponentially stronger, especially at your high school age, right? And I will say this too, for some of you young guys who are still growing, now's the best time to lift. You're growing, as you're growing, you lift, put some more muscle on. Yeah, definitely take advantage of it. And in terms of your goals, it all goes hand in hand. But one thing, we do say show up, showing up is part of it, but you really have to, you got to know your why and why you love showing up, right? Now, I'd be lying to you if I said, I'll give you an example. This morning, lifting. I really didn't want to lift, but then I tricked myself and it made it fun. I got that lift on and I crushed it. So certain days you're not going to feel your best, but you got to realize it's all about just showing up. And then what makes showing up easier is when you have that why to fall back on. So even the days where you're not feeling up to it, you think about your why. Maybe that's your goal, right? State champ. I want to be a state champ, I have to come in, I got to do the lift, right? And obviously wrestling's important, so you got to hit those wrestling workouts, but you know, like I said, you guys have a great coach at your disposal right here. Definitely take advantage of that and use them. And also, this is a great weight room. Like where I went to South Plainfield, I think they have a weight room like this now, maybe not quite as nice, but you know, take advantage of this. This is something that other kids that you're going to be wrestling against next year probably don't have, most likely. So take advantage of this. Like I said, have fun with it too. You know, come in, build off the relationships you have with each other. That makes it more enjoyable. I know for me, Poz can attest to this. Like when we go into the weight room, like we're having a good time. Like someone was putting out big weight, we're all getting behind them, clapping, getting fired up. We're listening to music we like. Zach had great music going today. The energy was good in here. So yeah, feed off that energy and just keep putting that work in. And I'll tell you what, maybe if you're not addicted to it now, I know for myself, like over these years, starting at a young age, like I'm addicted to it. Even when I'm done wrestling, I'm gonna be training and just like living my life fast paced. You know, it turns you into that type of person. Those type of people in this world are winners. So, and I think we all want to be winners. So, yeah.
Who's got a question for Anthony or Poz? What do you got, guys? You guys should all have questions when you have 2 state champs, an All-American. Okay.
At least 3 questions. I'm not leaving until we get
Yep.
3.
What's your question for 2 of the best? 2 of the best from New Jersey. All right.
We're not leaving until we get.
Yeah.
It could be anything. It'd be just like it could be life, like social questions, like about what college is like, you know, transitioning.
You started in 6th grade, right?
I started at the underground 6. I started wrestling when I was like 5 years old.
Yeah, and then you won state sophomore year.
So I won a few youth state titles, but when I got to high school, like it was tough for me. Like I went round of 12 freshman year, round of 12 sophomore year, 4th place junior year, and then I finally won it senior year. So, I mean, coming high school, especially like middle school, being used to winning, like round of 12 is crazy good in a state like New Jersey, especially like I lost to good guys. Like my freshman year, like I lost to 2 guys who won multiple state titles, but like still I lost. I was heartbroken. And sophomore year, same thing, around the 12. But then I broke through, you know, junior year took 4th, and then senior year built onto it. So And looking back on it, it's all about the journey. So I learned a lot more about myself than maybe if I had won that early.
I was the opposite. I didn't even want a state title. I was okay in middle school. Once I got to high school, that's kind of where I got a lot better. I started lifting more, wrestling more. I kind of fell in love with the sport more. I ended up placing third as a sophomore, second as a junior, and I ended up winning it as my senior year. So kind of different paths. He was winning it back in middle school. I didn't. And then we both ended up wrestling at Rutgers and doing what we do from here. So different paths, different journeys. Everyone has a different path.
Funny story though, we were both at underground.
We did. We were both at underground. Yeah.
Yes.
We live right next to each other too at Rutgers.
Yeah. So everyone has different paths, different journeys.
What?
Who had a question?
Matthew had a question. Bless you.
Is Andy Clark making the lineup next year?
Andy Clark.
Andy Clark. How do you know Andy Clark?
I did a camera with him.
How you did camera?
Yeah.
He just had surgery, but he'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. Yeah.
What do you guys do? Like, you just had surgery. We have kids. Sometimes they get hurt and they'll just disappear for 6 months. What is your process working around an injury?
Yes, I had surgery 3 weeks ago. I've been doing PT for the past 2 weeks already. So just always getting better. I remember I broke my ankle my sophomore year of high school, and I was in a cast from my toe to my hip. And I used to go into underground. I used to train upper body 3-4 times a week. And then once my lower body got healthy again, my upper body was already ready to go. So I only had to worry about half my body. So just staying in the room, staying around your teammates. That's also big. Because if you're around, you're still involved. If you're not around, you don't know what's going on. So just staying around, keep doing your PT, doing what you got to do to get your body healthy.
What about our 8th graders? What question do you guys have to help you get on track? What do you guys think? What about, like, I'll ask this. You know, a lot of hands went up saying, I want to win a state title. If, you know, coming from 2 guys that won states, what does a week schedule? So if you were here, would you be lifting 3 days a week? That's what their schedule is.
Yeah, so in high school for me is I used to run in the mornings. I used to go on the bike, I'd go outside and run. I'd go to school, and then I'd go to wrestling practice after school, and then my dad would take me to lift, or I'd go to my club practice. So my day consisted of 2-3 workouts every day, and that was just in high school. That's just because I had a goal in mind. I wanted to be a state champ. My junior year, I took second. I know what it felt like to lose in the final. I did not want to feel like that again, so I had to, do what I had to do every single day to, be a state champ the next year. But it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to be in the room. You have to work hard, and not just wrestling, but lifting too. Strong is strong. It's a Louis Simmons quote.
Yeah, like you can't fake being strong.
Yeah, you can't fake being strong. But technique can take you far away, but whoever's stronger majority of the time usually wins too. So it takes everything: wrestling, lifting, conditioning, nutrition too. Wrestling is a lot about nutrition, making weight, right? Something no one really forgets about, but some people do forget about it. That's a key part as well. So all these different aspects all come into one thing.
What about you, Anth? What was the day and week type schedule when you were in high school?
Yeah, going along with Poz, like I hinted at it before, but it was like just a constant go. And it wasn't so much like, it got to the point where I was like, oh, I have to do this. It gets to the point where you're just like, oh, this is my life. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to be excited to do it every day. Wrestling, at least, my senior year, I was wrestling 5-6 days a week easily. I'd lift maybe 2 or 3 times during the season, off season 3 or 4, and then it was extra, like, it sounds crazy, but yeah, you just you do extra runs, like sometimes 5:30 in the morning, just because that doesn't directly correlate to winning, and I'll tell you that because I did that a lot of years. I took around the 12 in states, but it gives you that mental edge where you're like, I'm up and other guys aren't. It's just like you gotta go to a different place. Like, you're gonna be misunderstood by a lot of the guys you go to high school with. I know I was a little bit, but yeah, you just gotta go, and you gotta love it though. That's the thing. You gotta love it. And if it's tricking yourself to love it, like for me, it was always like, I'm doing this and other people aren't doing that, and that's gonna looking back on it, I realized that put me ahead of life in that moment. And then I'm on a trajectory now where I'm going into my 20s. When I'm 30 years old, I'm still going to have that same mentality that, looking back on it, I'm really grateful I got to develop through this sport. Wrestling's a tough sport, and it sounds crazy, but we're fortunate enough where we're doing it. And I'm not there yet, but I know it's going to take me far in life because I'll be working wherever I'm at. and I'm still gonna have that little junior year 4th place who wanted to be a state champ type mentality in the back of my head. I'm gonna be working like a dog. I'm gonna be loving every second of it.
Anybody got a question? Any more questions? We're good. Last thing, T White. When you were at South Plainfield, they're historically one of the best states, best wrestling teams ever in New Jersey. And even there, you're misunderstood. So that happens, definitely happens here, happens in all schools where the kid is working so hard, but their friends are like, you're crazy. Why you do that? Come do this. How did you handle being misunderstood to stay focused on the goal?
Well, that's also like a beautiful thing. So like from a young age, like I learned to appreciate myself and be comfortable. Like I learned a lot of things about myself that some people probably don't learn until, they're way older, right? So my junior year in high school, you still have fun, but like you're making a lot of sacrifices, especially during the season. Like you pretty much go into hibernation during the season. Some of the friends who are used to seeing you won't see you, and you kind of just got to do it because you're not there to please other people. You know what your goals are. You know what's going to get you there. So, and it's tough to do from a young age because you got peer pressure. Friends all come do this, come do that. Why can't you do this? But I'll tell you what, you say no to those things and realize like who you really are. It's going to take you very far, especially understand that at an age like 15, 16, 17. So it was really just kind of coming into myself, and obviously that's tough, easier said than done at an early age, but you just kind of got to know who you are, and I love to work, and it's my personality. I was not afraid to show it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym, and then maybe I'll hang out with you later, but I don't know. I gotta get my 8 hours. So.
8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's get a group photo together. Clap it up for the guys coming in. Get a group photo.